Why do I love hypnotherapy so much? Because of its amazing ability to transform the negative into something positive. And before I go into how, let me give you a little bit of a background. So, growing up, there was a lot of chaos, abuse, abandonment, that kind of thing. And my siblings and I, we all grew up feeling scared, alone, sad, and not worth very much. And then one day, when I was an adult, there was this woman who worked with me and did this thing that I later learned was hypnotherapy. And it was transformational. Specifically, she went in my mind and we worked on a bunch of events that day. But this one in particular that stands out was the bent fork incident. Let me tell you about the bent fork. So it's my fifth birthday. I'm at home with my older brother, my dad at the kitchen table. My siblings and my mom have gone to town somewhere. My dad finds this bent fork. And for whatever reason, he determines that it was my brother that bent the fork. And he flies into one of his angry rages that he did all the time. And he charged at my brother and jabbed that bent fork in his face. He did it so violently, so hard that it went in through his mouth and then was poking up out his upper lip like this. And of course, I am shocked and terrified. My poor brother, who was maybe 12 or 13 at the time, was terrified in a tremendous amount of pain, and it was crazy. He somehow gets loose from the stupid bent fork and he escapes. He runs away somewhere. I'm left at home with my dad, and this crazy, scary day just continues to evolve in a terrible, terrible way. So this bent fork incident would be brought to my mind, to my memory. It would trigger not only the memory of it, but also the feelings of it every time I would find a bent fork in my kitchen drawer or at a friend's house or whatever. I'd remember the stupid bent fork incident. Now, back to the woman that helped me. So we're going back in time in my mind, and we go to this bent fork incident, which would always to that point trigger these feelings of fear and sadness and being alone and helplessness, victimhood. And she transformed it from me feeling like the scared little victim of a girl to a powerful woman who could stand up against her bullies. It kind of reminded me of the time in Spider-Man when Peter Parker first gets his Spider-Man powers, and he transforms from being this kind of wimpy kid into somebody who can stand up against the bullies, who can confront the bad guys, beat them up, whatever, and is no longer afraid of them. That's how I felt in my mind for that incident, and then for others. And of course, through more work like this, I had all of these amazing transformations where I went from being scared, alone, feeling small, feeling like a victim, to a powerful woman. And through more work, I had many similar incidents and memories that were transformed from being something that was traumatic, scary, made me feel small, etc., into basically just footnotes on my timeline in my history. And some of those events, in fact, were transformed completely into me being empowered in many ways. And of course, it influenced my work today. And because I loved how much this transformed me, I wanted to be able to do the same for others. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I dove into hypnotherapy, studying hypnotherapy as much as I could learn about it and other healing modalities so that I could help others transform. If you can relate to any of this, if there are some traumatic moments in your past or some other fears that keep arising, that keep getting triggered somehow, and you too want to transform them into maybe just blips on your timeline of history, or even better, transform them into something that is empowering and powerful for you, then reach out to me. You can look for the link nearby in this video or go to healingyouhypnotherapy.com. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you there.